Welcome to this week's episode of Edge of the Box. My name's Jason, and once again on the sofa we have
Yinka
and we have
IK.
So this week's topic for our debate is: are footballers' use of social media benefiting them or not benefiting them?
I know Yinka's waiting for me to see what I'm going to say so he can challenge me one-on-one.
So you want us to start with Yinka first?
No, it's fine. Just my opinion on it. I think it would. It is benefiting them because they can showcase themselves more.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of players, correct me if I'm wrong, have gotten a lot of moves through exposing their videos and, you know, even through the show. You know, some of them are going to be exposed, you know, to bigger clubs. So I think social media in that sense is helping them in terms of maybe putting in more of the work for themselves.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them might be on social media more often than applying themselves. So in my opinion, social media in general is helping them. Yeah.
What do you think, Yinka?
To be fair, I get what Ike is talking about, but I want to start from the top. So talking about Premier League players, I don't know how aware are you guys about social media. There's a lot of footballers that are not really applying themselves well on social media because you have to understand social media is literally available to kids 8-9-year-olds. So you're trying to be a role model for these kids, and cool, yes, you can voice your opinion, but you have to do it in a certain way because certain thing that you might want to say in a changing room, you can't say on social media because everyone gets to see it. So a lot of people are getting in trouble. Like Sterling, for example, now they've hammered him so many times on social media because of certain things he says, certain things he does, certain tattoo that he's had. It might not be fair for them to be getting onto him all the time, but we can understand why it's happening because is so much exposure now that literally social media is such a big thing to everybody at the moment. So
so there's the good and bad, really.
But my thing is like, for example, like what really annoyed me when Pepe came to Arsenal. That move, when he got that move, and then he already it's all fun and, you know, games, you know, to ban and excitement, but he done a video where he was doing this, and then Lacazette done this, and then Aubameyang done this, and then you come to the season and then you're not performing, you're not producing. Do you know what I mean? For an Arsenal fan, it annoys me because, like, come off social media and focus on the training ground and do what is right and get us up there on the table. Why are you doing all this and doing all this dance and
see, I'm not a Man United fan, as you can see.
So for example, so if you see exactly, it annoys you because it's like, if you're not performing, don't be on social media because you're annoying the fans. Full stop.
So do you mean don't be on social media? Full stop.
No, don't do these videos and
so you can be on social media.
You can, of course,
but
you can. But don't do these videos or
so when you start performing, dance on social media.
Yeah, so that we can join you.
That's not really
no. But
as a footballer, you know yourself.
I'm seeing the fans.
You will get times where you're not performing.
Yes.
But there can't be one rule when you're performing and the next rule when you're not performing.
No. So I'm not talking about in the season where it's just a one-off. This is how Man United and Arsenal have been underperforming for years now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Years, exactly. So fans are frustrated. So I'm saying, I advise them, look, fans are frustrated with you already. Why are you then going to burn social media?
So don't show that you're happy outside of football. It's basically how some people
I'm not really getting your point.
Some people can take it like that. I mean, some people, whether you're winning, losing or not on the pitch, they still live a happy life and dancing. That's their character. So don't show that you're living that character.
Because the way is, no, I'm not saying don't, because I don't want everyone to take what I'm saying the wrong way. Understand that as a fan, as fans, we're looking at saying, why are we not performing? What's going on? Why? And then when we see them do that, it's like, are you doing that more often than training? Do you get what I mean? This is what's going to come into our heads. Because I'm thinking, right, is this all you guys are doing in the training field? Just Snapchatting and instead of going out there to work hard. Do you get what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I get it. I'm a football player myself. We're going to have bad games and all. But over years, and then you're still like, it's like, are you caring about your club? This is you want to send out a different message. Until then, just kind of ease off on it. Not saying you can't have to ease off.
So you're saying it gives a perception that you're still happy regardless of winning.
Yeah, it's like you don't care. It's like, I'm just having to pick up my money. And this is where fans will come out and say, oh, you're just here for the money, you're just here for this, you're just here. Because when your team is having a poor run of games over years and you're still Snapchatting, like, smiling, showing off your watch, ring, whatever, it shows.
So you just happen to be footballer with the money.
Exactly. Do you get what
they're actually winning?
Exactly. So I'm advising, look, come off it for a bit, perform, get the club up there. Then when you kind of stuff it, we're like, look at him, great player, great this, great that. I'm saying as a fan.
To be fair, there's positive that comes with social media.
Of course.
And a big positive that I see is fans can actually relate with players on social media. There are so many players you might not get to see in real life.
Yeah, it's true.
You can message, you can DM players. Like there's, I don't want to say too many names, but there's example of players that sometimes you might, as a normal fan, you might need advice. There are players that will actually be more than happy to give you advice through social media, which has helped fans and stuff as well. So there are benefits and there are disadvantages of social media.
Of course.
Overall, top level, I think it should be. I'm not saying don't have social media,
of course not.
But it should be moderated in across. If you're winning, you're losing, you should have a balance. About social media. And if we're talking about coming down now, I believe social media, like you mentioned first, is actually helping a lot of talents. Because in the era where there wasn't no social media, all you had to do was literally walk up to a club and try and get trials. But now, or all that filling online and stuff, or if you have a video, send it to them. But now you can post a video online. I mean, WDSportz, they do it very brilliantly. When they'll post a video online, they'll tag the players themselves and people can see them all over the world. Like, wow, this is a very good strategy. That would expose you.
And not just that, if you want to find out information about it, if you're a free agent and you want to find out a trial happening here, or the teams are sending out info on their, you know, on when their latest sessions are, if players want to come along. So in terms of not just players, but clubs, it can help as well. Managers, coaches, in my opinion. But there are also some of the sides of it.
But even like in this sort of level, like the non-league level, where someone came to me, I saw your goal the other day. Obviously, they saw the celebration. You saw it.
You saw it,
So it
gives you a boost.
It's like, okay, that means people are watching. So non-league, especially with the thank God for WDSportz now, is coming in. It's coming across the leagues and it's now showing players' performance. I was like, players that get to be seen. So I'll go to a player. I saw your goal the other day. It was good. And then some players want to find where it is, and so they can go on YouTube, WDSportz, through the YouTube link and all that. And it's like, okay. So it's helping. These platforms are helping players.
So what would you say is the biggest benefit? For me, it's connecting the players to the fans, and for me, that's why there's many benefits and there's many also drawbacks. But for me, the main benefit is the connection. And before. You don't really know what Gascoigne is up to. You don't know what he thinks about it, you know. So, but now you can actually connect more, like you mentioned there, to the player. You can DM them. I think there's a few examples. Some players where they just retweet one of their fans' messages asking to be, can I get a retweet for you? It'll make me feel good because I'm suffering from illness or little things like that. For me, just that connection is the biggest benefit.
For the higher level,
the higher level, and then you said the lower level in terms of exposure.
And that's very important. That's what this talent needs these days, because you have to understand, you're not going to get seen by every single person in the world because of where you are, but if you have the opportunity to expose your talent on social media where thousands and thousands of people are going to see it, I mean, I'm all for it if you do it the right way. We have some talents these days as well that they take social media too deep, where in terms of they know they're good, but because they have certain followers and stuff, they think they're what they're not. If you understand what I'm saying, that can affect you as well. If you have some type of follower, like you have 10,000, 20,000 followers, you start to think, you're too good for this and that. It can affect you as well. It's just about finding a balance, to be fair.
And the biggest negative, what would you say then, to sum it up?
In the higher level?
Let's start at the higher level. The biggest negative?
Fans' perception.
Like the example you gave there of some of the Arsenal players. Biggest negative on the highest level, would you say?
I'm drawing to him as well. I mean, the things they do sometimes is unnecessary, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're paying to watch football. So I mean, yes, we're all for you exposing yourself on social media to see what you're up to and stuff, but it's all about the football at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So we want to go to the stadium, see a good game of football, and
I agree with both points, but it's online, you're going to get a lot of abuse. So some players, they actually do go out on the pitch and give their best and give an honest performance the most they can. But then it might not work out. So when you go home and then you just have to go on your social media and see certain things, and that can actually depress the player. So that is one negative, I would say. I mean, these fans, who some of them have never kicked a ball before, but then they're saying this, that, and whatever about you. You do it yourself. That's probably what the players think when they're reading it, but some players might not read it like that and might let them hold them back. So it can affect players.
That's the negative side of it.
There are the other negatives as well. The perception is big, obviously. But yeah, overall, would we say that the positives outweigh the negatives, or the
positives outweigh the negatives?
What would you say?
Yeah, I believe, especially at a lower level.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm much so for social media at a lower level, definitely. At the higher level, I'm not really too bothered because they're at such a high level where social media doesn't really influence their life, but it can influence you so much at a lower level.
It can really change.
Yeah. Guess we all agree again. So let us know what you think about this debate. And our first game today that we're going to analyse is Southpark against Ashford Town from the Bet Victor Central League.
Southpark's middling start in the Isthmian South Central Division has seen them draw 4 of their opening 6 games to go along with 1 defeat and 1 win, hoping to add to the latter tally as they hosted an Ashford Town team sitting bottom of the league with 1 solitary point to their name thus far. The home side had the only clear-cut chance of what was a cagey opening 15 minutes, Hayden Skerry heading just over the bar following a free kick. Skerry remained at the forefront of the action, slotting the ball through to Charlie Pitcher and continuing his run to slot home when the shot was blocked by Ashford keeper Sam Mason. Five minutes later, the visitors responded, Daniel Brown meeting the free kick at the near post with a fine diving header to level the scores. Pitcher was unlucky not to put the host back in front as he diverted a well-taken volley just over the bar. Brown's long-range effort wasn't powerful enough to beat Southpark's Sam Freeman, but the keeper did spill the shot, something that would become a recurring theme in the second half. Deep into first half injury time, Southpark would take the lead, another goal in the game scored from a set piece. Again, Skerry was the one to find the net, nodding home at the back post following Pitcher's flick on from the corner.
Second goal for Southpark, scored in the 45th minute by number 7. He said it.
Early in the second half, Freeman was almost caught out of position as he had to race across his line to turn behind a deflected strike from Vitor Montero.
Well done, Sam! Not on the corner.
Freeman's lack of composure was on display from the ensuing corner, coming off his line to punch clear a header he could have caught, Matthew Sermon's follow-up header being cleared off the line by a Southpark defender.
No foul! No foul! Relax! Relax!
At the hour mark, Louis Downey would put his stamp on the match, the right back picking up the ball just inside his own half and racing forward, laying it off and continuing his run into the box, where he received a square ball to cap off the brilliant moves that he had started. Considering the way their season has gone so far, you may be forgiven for thinking that Ashford's heads would go down after falling further behind, but to their credit they stayed in the game and were almost immediately rewarded. Southpark failed to clear their lines following a corner, the ball dropping to Tommy Brunton to find the bottom corner of the net through a crowd of players. Southpark looked to put the game away in the final 20 minutes, but struggled to break down a suddenly resolute Ashford backline. In stoppage time, as the final whistle neared, Brown played the deftest of touches over the top, Freeman parrying the shot into the path of Harrison, Okwu and Debuisi to sweep home the equaliser. Sensing that all 3 points were now suddenly on the table, Ashford sent a free kick to the back post, where the looping header was directed over the bar. Ashford may still be bottom of the league following what was only their 2nd point of the season, but they can take heart from the spirit they showed to fight back and rescue a point from the 3-1 hole. For Southpark, it's a missed opportunity for 3 points.
Got a good winger straight away. Good pass.
Well deserved.
He started from a winger and he finished it.
Scary. Well deserved.
Southpark won it.
So FC Romania in the South Central League.
Yeah, South Central. Yeah.
What would you say is the difference between South Central and North divisions? Would you say?
Apparently, according to
1-1.
You know, I spoke to Justin Gardner. Gardner the other day. He said the South Central is more physical.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the Victor North, it's more technical and tactical. They pass the ball a bit more.
You can see the fall straight away. I mean, do you know, rewind it and let's see the way they set off. Can you pause it? Look at the way they set off for this free kick. What do you think is wrong straight away?
They're marking like man for man.
Yeah, but if you see this guy there, he's marking space, but he's literally looking at the players there. Because they've left man on offside, but he's going to drift in now before the ball is kicked, and he's onside while the ball is kicked, but he's not aware of it because he's not looking back. He's just literally marking the space, there's no one around him. So what he's doing there, I don't even understand what he's doing there, because he's looking at the ball, the guy's there by himself, and if you play it now, he's coming into play now, he's allowed the guy to come out from the other side into the position that he was at before, and he scored a goal
by himself. Poor bit of marking there.
Very poor.
But still good determination to get there first and header it in from the striker. So.
Great.
Great. Fantastic ball.
Should have finished that.
That ball deserved the finish, man.
Goal of the month.
Yeah. It's dangerous on the set pieces.
Aiden Carey, another one. Another goal from Aiden Carey.
Yeah.
He's on fire right now.
He's on fire.
2 goals in the first half.
And a great ball. So earlier on.
Another set piece here.
It's like both of them can't deal with set pieces at all.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in this league, if you're not good dealing with set pieces, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
Hence, my club struggles a lot with set pieces all around the park. Corners, free kicks. I think that's one thing we need to deal with.
I mean, they struggle with set pieces at times, even in Essex Senior.
Yeah.
So imagine a step up.
So I think set pieces, you need to be the higher you go, the better you're able to deal with set pieces.
Of course.
At the hour mark, Louis Downey would put his stamp on the match. The right back picking up the ball just inside his own.
Because they've allowed him to travel too long there.
Powerful one there.
That's a centre back.
And he's coming to score as well.
Great finish.
Great finish.
They've allowed him to travel from his own area. From his own area. Determination to keep going, make the right pass. Wanted the ball back, received it. And they scored a 3-1 up.
Another ball launched into the box.
It was a good snapshot.
Finish though.
Very good snapshot.
Finish.
From me Brunson. 92 minutes, how they don't concede. What a ball. What a ball.
And he's got a score.
Oh wow. Wow.
Equalised right at the death.
Midfielder's given a great ball in. Great ball.
No, it's a good game.
Striker should have finished it, but keeper saved it and they eventually went and scored anyway.
Last action of the game, it seemed.
So we can see clearly, I mean, both sides struggle to deal with the ball.
Yeah.
Ashford, they're bottom of the table at the moment, so we can see why they're bottom at the table because they've literally been allowed to play and get back in the game.
Yeah.
Because Southpark was dominant. It was winning 3-1. But fair play to them anyway. They kept on going. They never gave up, and they got a point out in this game.
Probably deserved point for both teams, to be honest. So, yeah, that's our game for this episode. Okay, thanks guys for watching this episode of Edge of the Box, and tune in next week where I'm, Yinka and Ike will be there waiting. Because I think where did I hear the word killing? Did someone not put killing on the group chat? Someone said killing. I'm so hungry.